Hey gentlemen, are we ready to do this? Let's bring in our next guest. I love having this guy here. It's been a while. Good to have him back. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Ford. Come on, it does get, oh, yeah. Fabulous people hugging, I'm telling you.
How's everybody doing?
It kind of makes you feel like an A-lister when you have.
I feel like a rock star.
Hug that brings you out. I'm going to say that Mr. Ford, I earlier this season directed an episode of Supernatural, and it had characters who played young Sam and young Dean and some flashbacks. So I went back and watched all the previous episodes. You did a fantastic job with the show.
Thank you.
Fantastic job.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And I know I'm a little late to the game to just have seen it, but really, truly, beautiful work. You're a great actor.
Man, I thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Las Vegas, Nevada, Colin Ford.
Wow. There's a lot of you. I'm super happy to be here. I've never been to Las Vegas before, so that's right. Yeah, there's not too much that I can do in Las Vegas because I'm not 21 yet, so I can't go out. I'm gonna check out the shows though. Maybe go see like a Cirque du Soleil or something. I don't know.
Who lied to you?
But what was that?
Who lied to you? There's stuff to do in Vegas besides the casino.
Well, I'm hanging out with you guys, so I'm having a pretty good time just doing that. So. Oh, see, we already got questions going. All right. Do we start from the left or the right? We'll start over here. You ready? All right. Hi.
Hi. So I teach junior theater
Awesome.
with kids first and fourth grade. And as a child actor, what's good advice for them who are starting to learn the craft?
Honestly, just like have fun and make sure that they're, obviously there's a lot of work that goes into it, but you said they're very young, and the most important thing I think for them is to just create a really fun environment for them to run with their imaginations, and because that's something as we get older we lose, and as an actor I have to train the imagination kind of muscle in our brain, and I think that's something as we get older we lose, and so I think if you were to help them expand their imagination, it would only benefit them further down the road.
Thank you so much.
Sure. And to the right.
Hello, Colin.
Hi.
Hi. I wanted to ask if there was a young Sam in the college years spinoff, what would that show look like to you?
It'd be a really cool show. Man, I don't know. I would love to get to. That would be so cool. I would love to get to go back and play Sam in the early Stanford years or something. That'd be so cool. I don't know what that would look like. I think it'd be really cool to see the transition that Sam made from wanting to leave the hunting life and that conversation with his dad or with Dean even and the convincing that maybe John and Dean had to do to keep him from going for a while, and maybe that was a long process for him to decide to eventually let this lifestyle go and then to go and do school, and then we see in the pilot episode that brings him back and kind of back into it and everything, but up until that point, I think that Sam is enjoying his semi-normal lifestyle.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see the scene where Sam chose to leave.
Yeah, no, I talked about it with Brock last night a little bit, so that's funny.
I know it's very difficult for child actors to transition to adult roles. How are you finding it?
It is a very hard transition. That's something that I am going through right now. I'm either too old to play, 15, 16 anymore, or I'm just right at that point where I'm right at the right height and weight and everything. But it's the competition is so much greater between the ages of I'm now 18. I'm auditioning with guys that are 15 all the way up until 30, and so the competition is so much more wide ranged, and it can be quite a process. But I'm finding it all right, and I'm I'm trying to put on some weight right now, try to start the whole leading man lifestyle, so that's the next step up for me. Just having a little bit of trouble gaining weight. I don't know why. I know that's kind of annoying to hear. It's a problem.
Well, some people have a problem. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, lovely.
Hi.
My question for you is, what was it like to come back this season and portray Sam? And was it hard to get back into that character again after it had been like some time had passed?
I'm a fan of the show, always have been. Like over the years, I've either had to catch up and watch 3 seasons back to back, and now I'm actually caught up all the way until season 10. So I actually haven't even seen my episode because I'm a fan. When I read the script, I didn't even finish it because I didn't want to know what happened. In the previous episodes, and kind of the cliffhangers at the end. I didn't want to see them or hear about them. So I haven't watched my episode yet. But in preparation for it, I caught all the way up to the end of season 10. Over the years when I first started doing Young Sam, I was like 9 years old. I would watch Jared's mannerisms, and it's really cool to kind of see at a young age the moral compass that he holds. And I don't know, I think that's something that throughout this series that we've seen Sam gain his moral compass back and fight back and forth, and I think it's really cool to see him at a young age with it and just being, I don't know, a good Sammy.
Well, it was nice seeing you again this season.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi. So that scene you acted where Sam was sticking up for that kid that was getting bullied, I love that. And Sam's bravery is one of the things I love most about his character. I was just wondering if there was anything like, if you drew any inspiration from personal experiences for that scene, or like what your headspace was for that.
I think, in my own life, in high school, I went to normal school for most of my life up until halfway through the 9th grade, and then I was working pretty consistently, so I started doing homeschooling. But until then, I was very active with my school life and with my friends and stuff, and I was a participant in a lot of different sports, football, basketball, I ran track, and a lot of that was always small for my age, and I was always an actor too, so I'd always be leaving practice maybe earlier or something, and I would kind of get picked on a little bit by other kids for acting. It would be, whether there's certain connotations that being a young guy and being an actor that come with that, and there's certain, things that people would say to me that hurt my feelings. But as I got older, I would kind of pull on those things for acting. But as I got older and I've kind of grown as an actor, I try not to pull from too many personal experiences because it can kind of mess up with how you feel when you get off work. I mean, you're going to start to think about those things, and it's going to affect you, your day-to-day life. And at the end of the day, high school is high school, and kids are kids, and people are going to say mean things. And I think that, bullying is terrible, and absolutely, someone should always. I wish that everybody had a Sam in their life to stick up for them, but we don't. So I think the best thing we can do is try to stick up for ourselves, and just know that we are the best that we can be, and just be content.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hi. We were all very excited to see you in the new episode because somehow you managed to get there completely off our radar, which is pretty impressive.
I wasn't allowed to tell anybody. I wanted to so bad.
That was part of my question. So Rob Benedict told us that once when he came back for his last episode, they actually put him in the trunk underneath a blanket because they knew there were fans in town and would see him.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, actually, that's funny because I got off the plane in Vancouver, and there was some people there. I was like, oh my gosh, how do you know I'm here? Like, what? Nobody was supposed to know, and then they were there. But I don't think I don't know. Nothing came of that, but no leaks came out, so that's
No,
good.
they didn't tell you.
They didn't tell anybody.
But how was it? Was it great coming back to the cast? I know the crew is pretty consistent throughout the years.
Yeah, when you come back there, it's like the whole crew and cast is a family. But I'm kind of like a little extension far extension from that family, and when I come, they make me feel like I'm just as included as, you know, each and every single one of them are. It's so great, and it's so like wholesome, and it makes you just feel like comfortable and relaxed when you get on there, on the set. It's just like there's no anxiety or nervousness that comes with it. We're just having fun, and they're really just having a good time.
Thanks.
Sure, thank you.
Hi. So I wanted to ask, what is your most fun moment, like on any set? Because you've done like a bunch of different things from like Under the Dome and supernatural stuff.
Gosh, I don't know. I think that one of the most memorable things that I've ever done was really cool. Like I did a movie called We Bought a Zoo a couple of years ago with Matt Damon. He played my father, and getting to work with him, and Cameron Crowe directed that as well. Getting to work with and Scarlett Johansson. I could just go on and on with everybody that was in the film, but the cast was so incredible, and it was such like it was a core time in my life. I was 14 years old, kind of going through like a lot of changes, and mentally, physically, going into high school, and it was a really, really big learning process for me, and it was just so cool. Like we shot for about 5 months with a month prep before, and we were on location in Los Angeles on this zoo-like property that we built, and we had animals come in every single day, and I was literally hanging out with animals every single day, like talking to Matt Damon and Cameron Crowe and hanging out with Scarlett Johansson. I mean, it was a trip. I think about it now, and I was like, what was that time? It was. I mean, I can't describe anything like that. That was really cool.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Hi. So my friend really liked you in Under the Dome, and she was just wondering what was like your favorite things about working on that show.
Oh, wow, so many. I think that the story was so like captivating. I don't know, like it's just a lot of people would joke whenever. I'm sorry, I'll restart. Whenever someone wouldn't know like what Under the Dome was about, I would go, "Have you seen the Simpsons movie?" And so that's a funny way to get started on the topic, and you kind of hook people into it by saying that, and because that's you know everybody's seen it for the most part, and it's funny, and then you kind of integrate the sci-fi and the weirdness that Stephen King's novel brings to it, and that we tried to adapt for television, and it was just like it's so much fun. Like I don't really have any particular favorite time or anything. Just the entire process and the entire story was so much fun to work on. Like it was just such a cool project. I don't know. I can't really think of anything specific. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it working now? Okay. So that was my daughter just a minute ago. And her and her little brother, who's about your height, are looking to pursue acting. So
Awesome.
what's some things that I can do as a parent as far as looking out for them or...
Oh, you're the coolest. Just, you know, they're in their teenage years, correct? Yeah, she's 19, and then your son is how old? 16. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think that they're already. I think that the same thing I said earlier about their imagination. You know, I think that's something that they need to just be reading and be watching movies and be really thinking about you know this craft, and if you know, and as far as your question goes, more is what you can do. I think just kind of make sure that they're happy and make sure that they're focused, and if they like it. If they're not loving it, then you know, tell them to do something else, because ultimately, you know, they just got to be happy and have a fun time doing it, and just make sure that nobody's just watch out for them. Make sure that nobody's taking their money.
Thank you, Colin.
Sure.
Hey, so do you have any specific moments playing young Sam that stood out to you?
Oh gosh, so many. I love whenever I can work with the boys. Specifically, I had Jensen direct me, and that was so cool because you know he knows the story so well. I think that was probably one of my most memorable experiences was getting to work with him and him directing me, because it was like getting to hang out with him. I never really get to work with them that much, except for that one fireworks scene with Dean, which was a lot of fun. But it was raining the whole time. Dang it. But no, I think that was probably my favorite one. And then I really love also doing any like cool fight stuff. Like I love like the dirt to jerk fight scene, like getting to, yeah, it was so much fun. Like, and you know, I think that there's a lot of weight that that episode carried behind it for the, you know, and I think that anytime I can like be Sam and convey like a positive message, I'm super stoked.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Colin.
Hi.
I was just curious, how life-changing was it for you to step into the role of such a known character?
I was 9. I don't know. That's not normal. It was really crazy. You know, I started watching Supernatural at 9, and that's kind of scary. You know, I made sure that when my mom watched it late at night, I'd watch Jared's mannerisms and stuff, and I guess that it was intimidating, definitely. But when I got to go up to Vancouver for the first time then, and I got to hang out with Jared for a little bit beforehand. But I think at 9, you know, you don't really know the difference between, even though, you know, as an actor, you don't really know the difference between like somebody like